I want you to think about one way in which you look at yourself. It can be as a video gamer or as a fit guy, a gym, right, whatever. My question for you is, do you act in accordance to this way of you seeing yourself? For example, if you are a runner, do you run 3 or 4 times per week and you keep a good diet and you sleep and you take care of recovery and everything? The answer to this question is yes. If you really consider yourself a certain way, then you probably act in accordance to this identity. I want to talk about me 3 years ago, because there was one inflection point in my journey that didn't really make a lot of impact short term, I'm talking about months, but long term, even though it was not like one big moment in which I made a lot of progress, it was one moment in which I in some way made a lot of progress. Because that time, so I remember listening to that guy talking about his big moment that made him extremely consistent in fitness long term. And he talked about this concept of accepting being a fit guy. And I listened to him, and at first it sounded really weird, like what the fuck, I just need to accept myself as being jacked and I will become jacked. Right, it didn't make sense, and he said it too. But then as he explained it, he talked about actions. The thing about actions is that they bring results. For example, training consistently over 3 years and months lead to building muscle, right? Doing that while keeping a good diet and sleeping decently will lead to a great body. Actions, they are the things that at the end of the day cause one to get in an amazing shape. That caused me to get in an amazing shape. But this guy talked about that these actions, they come from a person does them, right? And that is the thing. We act in accordance to our identity. And when trying to get in shape and, training and everything, and not accepting being a fit guy as an identity, it just conflicts with who you are. That's what he talked about. And it is very hard to act out of accordance to who you are, and that's why he thought that him accepting this identity was a very important moment in his journey. So for that time, I didn't really consider myself a fit guy. I wanted to get in shape, I was sick of being fat, but at that moment, I decided just start and look at myself as an athlete, a guy who takes care of his fitness and consistently works on it and eats a good diet and everything. And the funny thing, so afterwards, I was not like consistent to the greatest degree, to 100% consistency for sure. But when I had this option of either skipping this workout or going to it, or eating that food or this food, I had like this, I don't want to call it inner voice, but just this feeling of, bro, I should not be doing that bad thing that destroys my fitness to some extent. Instead, I should be doing the right thing. I should go to this workout. I should eat this meal. I should not skip my workout. And this voice, right? It's not really a voice, but it added a level of friction to doing the wrong things, and it made me more consistent in doing the right things. And of course, it is not a cheat code, because at the end of the day, I needed to go and do the right stuff. But the thing was that as I was consistently accepting myself as being that guy, the guy who takes care of his fitness, as I consistently went to my workouts and confirmed this identity, I slowly not only made progress in terms of becoming that guy, because when I accepted this identity, I was not really that guy, because, right, you don't just accept being in shape and get in shape. But when I started this positive feedback loop, this momentum, when I accepted it to the smallest degree, just words and thoughts, that's when I started this positive feedback loop that built momentum. And as I was doing the right things, I did not only see results, but I also became more like that guy. And that is the thing. Again, I don't like these fucking weird videos about I told myself I am that guy until I became him. I told myself I'm rich until it came true. Because, you don't just tell yourself I'm that guy and you manifest it to reality and then it comes to fruition. Because for it to really come to fruition, you need to put in its cause. You don't get in shape by talking to yourself as the guy who is in shape, right? You don't develop self-love by saying to yourself, I love myself. You go and you do the right thing. It comes from action. And that is the thing. That's what I needed to realize. And that's the value that I want you to get from this video. That's one message that this video should give you. We as humans, we change, we constantly change. You're not the same person as you were yesterday. I'm not that person for sure. I have experience today. And getting in shape, having the identity of the one who is in shape, it is a fluid thing. Because today you can be an extremely dedicated to fitness guy, and tomorrow you might be too tired to bother, and then you will not, right? But it's just that you should accept the identity of being the guy who is in shape. You should constantly remind yourself that you are that guy. Constantly change, right? Make sure that the change is positive, that you become more fitness caring in order to get in shape. Because in one day from now, you might forget it, and because of that, you might act out of accordance to this identity. You might do the wrong thing when it comes to fitness. Now, again, not to be a rigid motherfucker who just, always does everything that he needs, not to become the greatest athlete when it comes to actions, right? But just that in general, when you need to either go to this workout, when you choose, or not, you should choose to go to it. And one way to make sure that you will choose to go to it more times, that you will do the right things more times, that you will be more consistent and see more results, both short and long term, you get in shape by being the guy who is in shape, by doing the actions that this guy takes on a consistent basis. And the only way to do something on a consistent basis is to do it when you need to do it. And when you need to do it, it is about reminding yourself that you are that guy and going and doing it. And that's essentially it. If you enjoyed this video, you can like and subscribe. Bye.